Has anyone ever changed your life and had no idea the impact they had made? I recently read an article on ABC News about a man who committed suicide by jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge. The examiners went to his apartment and found he lived alone. It was a super bare apartment. He was in his mid-30s. They also found, on their way out, a suicide note sitting on the counter. This suicide note read, "I'm going to walk to the bridge now. If one person smiles at me, I will not jump." Would you have made the difference? Would you have been that person to smile at him? Or would you have walked right on by like everyone else? We need to make the difference. Dieter F. Uchtdorf once said, "In the end, the number of prayers that we say may contribute to our happiness, but the number of prayers we answer may be of even greater importance." We need to make the difference. We can be the difference today. We need to answer other people's prayers. You never know who you pass who might have a suicide note at home. You can be the difference. If one person smiles at me, on the way, I will not jump. My niece Wrigley, she's beautiful, beautiful little girl, but she had a very hard childhood. She was pretty slow in every area, and she was diagnosed with autism. She wouldn't look her parents in the eyes, and she didn't interact very well. And when she was diagnosed, the doctor said, "Your daughter will never speak. She will never be able to walk around without supervision, and she will just won't be quite the same." They got this diagnosis from the Children's Hospital, and obviously my brother and sister were devastated. When talking to the doctors, they said that they should just deal with the situation, and any sort of medication or remedies would be dangerous to them, and they really needed to live out the diagnosis and deal with whatever comes next. They went home. My sister Kasha, and her husband Jared, they went home and spent a few days shedding tears and trying to console one another, and it was really a tough situation. After some time, they decided something just didn't feel right. Something needed to be changed, and they decided to be the difference. They started looking up different medications and different remedies that they might feel is right for them, and finally they came across one that just felt right for them. And Wrigley was given this medication every 3 hours, every weekend. Over 4 years later, 208 rounds of medication, Wrigley starts to see some progress. After the first weekend of this medication, she made eye contact with her dad for the first time ever. Wrigley is such a beautiful little girl, and Jared and Kasha really made the difference in her life. And she was almost 3 years old before she said her first words, "Mom and Dad." And the one decision to be the difference, to make things happen with that medication, made all the difference in Wrigley's life. In 8th grade, similar type story, I was trying out for, I want to take my soccer skills to the next level, so I tried out for an Olympic Development Program team. It's an ODP team in Oregon. As I was trying out, I was feeling good, I was excelling, I was beating everybody and playing really well. And I saw the coaches looking at me. I'm like, I'm a shoo-in. I know I got this. I'm going to be on the team for sure. Much to my dismay, at the end of the weekend, into the tryout, I found out I was cut. I was cut from the ODP team, and it was unbelievable. A kid from my club team's B team, a year younger than me, made the team over me, and I was devastated. I wondered why. How is this possible? So frustrated, discouraged, and stunned at this sudden change of events, I decided to just go home and deal with it. And what started with aspirations of taking my game to the next level ended with disappointment, discouragement, and thoughts of giving up and leaving the game I loved behind. If one person smiles at me on the way, I will not jump. It was at this point that my parents came to me. They said, "You know what? Forget them. They don't know what they're talking about. You're a fantastic player." And that's all I needed. That's all I needed. I was pumped up from then on out. My parents stuck behind me, and they made the difference. I went in my backyard and I played soccer day in and day out to get better. The very next tryout I had was for high school soccer. I became the second freshman to ever make the varsity team. My parents made all the difference. So no matter the situation, no matter the challenges we face, no matter how overwhelmed we feel and down, it is up to us to make the difference. In the words of Michael Jackson, we will be the one, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Will you be the one to smile at someone or simply walk right on by? The choice is yours. Whose life will you change today? You can be the difference.